Hey guys, welcome back my channel The Learning Destinations. I'm your host Avinash and I feel much more happy to announce you that after successfully completing of my series Complete Hands-on with the AWS Glue, now I'm going to start a brand new series on AWS Sagemaker. So under this session, firstly I'm going to brief about AWS Sagemaker. Then after that we are going to see that how we can deploy the LLM model using our own custom dataset, and once model is trained, then after that how we can integrate with the AWS Lambda functions or AWS API, so further we can use it with the applications. Then after that we are going to see that the functions called a auto train inside the AWS SageMaker. After that we are going to see that how we can integrate with the Hugging Face or the LLM model which are freely available on Hugging Face, how we can deploy it inside the AWS SageMaker. Then finally we are going to see that how we can integrate it with the GitHub repo. Things parallelly going on under this series, so don't miss these sessions. Just sit back, relax, enjoy the learning journey, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Alright guys, so before the practical sessions, I would like to brief theoretically about Amazon SageMaker and SageMaker Studio. I keep it short because my focus will be more over on practical side. So let's understand first Amazon SageMaker. It is a fully managed machine learning services provided by the AWS, which gives us facility to build, train and deploy the LLM models. SageMaker Studio guys, you can consider as a IDE, integrated development environment, and it gives us facility for the same work, building, training and deploying machine learning models. Let's understand the main key features of Amazon SageMaker, and I start with the Jupyter Notebook, which gives us facility for writing and experimenting with our codes. And this notebook guys is quite famous among the data scientists and the developers. We all know Amazon SageMaker gives us facility for build, train and deploy the LLM models. Now end-to-end ML workflow. So Amazon SageMaker you can consider as a IDE, integrated development environment, where you can perform end-to-end ML workflow. It means from data preparations to model deployment. Okay, now we move to model deployment. So basically guys, once our LLM is trained, we have the trained models. Now we can deploy it in Amazon SageMaker. Once we deploy it, we will have the endpoints, and using that endpoints we further test it with the applications live. Okay, now we move to pre-built algorithm. So basically it offers a library of pre-built machine learning algorithms, simplifying the process of building models for common use cases. Okay, now we move to collaboration and versioning. So basically Amazon SageMaker makes easy collaborations among team members, and after that multiple users can work on the same project, track the changes and maintain the versioning. Alright guys, so now I hope you have completely understanding over AWS SageMaker Studio, but still if you have any questions, you are always welcome to write your query in the comment sections and I will answer it there. If you want me to directly reach to me, you can follow me on the LinkedIn and can put up your question in the messaging sections and I will answer it there. Okay guys, so now I am moving towards the practical session, and this is the part 1 of my ongoing series AWS SageMaker, where we are going to see that how we can create a notebook inside Amazon SageMaker. So I already logged in inside the AWS console, and now I am visiting this services Amazon SageMaker, where we are going to create a notebook. A notebook is basically a platform where you can run your command and test your application via the web browser. Okay, so generally we are going to create our first notebook inside AWS SageMaker, and it will be a Jupyter notebook. This Jupyter notebook you can also install locally on your system. Likewise, here you can see that I have already installed it on my local computers. It is running on localhost IP. Okay, and if you already worked on Jupyter Notebook and Google Colab, then this session is going to be a very easy for you. I mean, you have completely understand what I am going to create here. So here I need to click on notebook instances, and after that I need to say create notebook instance. I'm going to give it name SageMaker notebook, and which is more relevant with the topic. And here you can select the instance type. Okay, so there are different instance types. Since this is just for testing, so I say I'm going with T2 medium. Okay, and from here you can select the lab as well. Okay, so I'm going with the lab one. Okay, the lowest version. Now here you need to create a role, and why this role is required, because this notebook instance has to access some services like Sagemaker and S3 services. So if you have already created a role where you already assign the policy of Sagemaker and S3, you can use the existing role, else you can create a role. So I am going to default setting, which which it is going to create this role here. Okay, then apart from that, from the network sections, here you can select your VPC. If you have already your personal VPC, like customized VPC, you can select here from drop down menu. Okay, so I'm going with the default VPC. This was my VPC, but since there was high charges on the NAT network, so NAT network, I have already deleted it. Many things I have deleted from this VPC, and that's the reason I'm not selecting it. So I prefer to select the default VPC, and then from here you can select the subnet. Okay, then security group, if you have, you can select it. I'm going with the default security group. Okay, and this sections, I mean, I will cover it later on, not right now. I will take it separately. Okay, but you can integrate, like if you have already the code reside inside the Git repository, you can select it here. Okay, then apart from that, you can give it name. So I say tag name Sagemaker, and I say notebook. Okay, then create notebook instance. Now it will take some time. Now you can see the status pending. So once it is up and running, then after that we are going to deploy one LLM applications here. Okay, superb. So now you can see the status in service. So it is ready to serve. You can click here open Jupyter, or you can directly jump into open Jupyter lab. I prefer to click open Jupyter because I want to cover step by step the process. So from here, if you have already your script ready, you can choose from here. You can upload your script by clicking here on upload section. Okay, so but I do not prefer to go like this. I go step by step. Okay, and from here you can select the container, whatever you want. This is basically it's going to be run one containers. So whatever you want, like there are a lot of options: Spark Magic, Spark, right? I prefer to go with the Conda Python 3. Okay, you want like PyTorch, so you can click here PyTorch as well. Okay, and but since I want to select the Python, I need the Python because I am going to spin up one LLM applications here. Okay, that's why I am selecting here the Python 3. Okay, so guys, you can see that this is the Jupyter notebook only. Okay, the only thing is that this time it is being provided through the Amazon Sagemaker. Okay, so through the Amazon Sagemaker, which I already explained you that it is the IDE integrated development environment, and through this we can integrate multiple services on single platform. Okay, the same I install locally as well. Here you can see that which is running on my local machines. Okay, and from here I can run the command, which these are the same command which I'm going to run from here. Okay, from here. Okay, so let me, okay, so I'm going to deploy one LLM application, and for that I need to install a couple of packages. So I say LangChain framework, I run it. Okay, and then I need to install OpenAI. I don't want to stretch this video longer, that's why I'm going a bit fast. And then I say pip install OpenAI API. Pip install OpenAI API. You can give it in lowercase as well. You don't need to give exactly the same way. Okay, anything it will work. Okay, so I have one LLM application which I had already told you, which I had already shown you previously in my previous session. The code which I am going to use now, if you want to learn how I build it, you can refer this session, create chatbot using LangChain OpenAI Python. Okay, so I'm going to do directly copy and paste. It saves our time. Okay, so basically I'm going to deploy one OpenAI LLM model here, and for that I say import OS, and I'm quickly copying everything from here because these things I had already covered in my lecture, so I don't want to cover it same thing. If you want, you can just visit and learn it how I have done it under this create chatbot. Okay, so I go and I run it here, this one, and I have already the API key ready. I click here. Okay, and then I'm going to import this class OpenAI from LangChain framework. Okay, so I'm giving it here only. I just run, and then after that I'm selecting the next terminal where I'm defining the LLM, the model which I'm going to use. Okay, and this is OpenAI API model. This is text Davinci, and then after that I'm going to write some query here. I'm going to define query. I give it here, and I'm saying that brief about Agile framework. Okay, I'm just querying through this LLM model, and then after that I can print the answer. Print. Okay, I need to firstly define the answer as well. Okay, so answer equal LLM and then query. Okay, and then after that I can print answer. Just going to run. Let's see whether it's giving answer or not. Yes, bingo. You can see that it's successfully giving the answer. Agile is a project management framework. That's nicely it briefed the answer. Okay, and the response is coming from this LLM model. Okay, so guys, in this way you can create your first notebook instance and you can run the LLM applications. All right, okay, guys, so we have done with this sessions. Okay, so now we also need to do the cleanup, otherwise you will pay the extra charges. Okay, so in order to clean this instance, firstly you need to do the stop here, and after that you need to return to your instance, and then from here you need to select here. Currently you can see the status is stopping, so this delete button is not highlighted here. Once this machine is completely stopped, after that you will be able to delete your instance. All right, guys, so that's all from this sessions. If you haven't yet subscribed my channel, just subscribe it, press the bell icon, because I'm going to cover all these topics. You can see on the left hand side, I'm going to cover all these topics one by one in this series. Okay, so stay updated with me and wait for the next sessions. Till the time, thank you so much for watching this. Have a happy weekend.